You're using the law of attraction to attract what you want in your life, but are you taking the right action? People who are new to the law of attraction often have this concept that all that is ever needed is to simply close the eyes and make a wish, set out the intentions, and everything would fall into place. And when they don't see the results or they don't see anything happening, they question the validity of the law of attraction. Why isn't it working, they say? Why is the law of attraction not working for me? I'm setting my intentions out and I'm waiting, but nothing is happening. Well, we live in a physical world and some form of action is needed in order to fulfill your vision. What that action is varies based on what it is that you want to bring into your life and many other circumstances which dictate the sort of action that needs to be applied in order to manifest the things that you want. We're not yet in the era where you could simply snap your finger and say, beam me up, Scotty, and be at the location that you want or simply have what you want to have by snapping your finger. It doesn't work this way. Take, for example, you have a vision and a dream to go to, say, Egypt. You want to visit the pyramids. You still need to buy a ticket, you still need to board the plane, and you still need to find accommodations and everything that is necessary in order for you to experience the experience of being in Egypt. If you're expecting to simply close your eyes and make a wish and suddenly find yourself in the heart of Egypt, this is not likely. It's not going to happen. We're not as yet in the era where you could snap your finger and say, beam me up, Scotty, and suddenly find yourself in Egypt. It isn't, we were unable to do that. So some form of action needs to happen. But what type of action needs to happen? When you set out your intentions to have an experience like that, are you using the law of attraction to say, to bring the money to you? Are you using the law of attraction to attract the right accommodations? Are you using the law of attraction to simply experience that the entirety of the experience of being in Egypt? You have to know precisely what you want to experience, but you have to also understand that there is some form of action which needs to happen in order to fulfill the entire vision. Is part of your use of the law of attraction to manifest maybe the money for that ticket? That maybe you have tried throughout the years of your life to go on this experience, but you're simply unable to have the money. At this point, you're probably thinking, so what is the use of using the law of attraction if I still have to put effort or energy into manifesting the goals that I want? What the law of attraction does is place you within a, a bubble of energy, which leads you to the right place, the right action, and the right circumstances. So everything happens a lot quicker. Everything happens in a state of harmony. You could spend many, many years wishing to go to Egypt, but for some reason, the conditions are never quite right. Either you don't have the money, the finances to be able to go, either you're unable to find the right people to go with you, either you're unable to get the right accommodations, either you're unable to get the right vacation time from your job. For some reason, nothing seems to be able to work out so that it can flow and it can happen in a quick and easy, wonderful way. However, when you use the law of attraction to manifest an experience like that, what happens is that the right conditions happen. The money comes to you, you meet the right people to travel with, you get the right accommodations, you get the time, everything falls into place effortlessly without a lot of labor and agony on your part in fulfilling that vision. So again, some form of action is required on your part. And when you use the law of attraction, the right steps and the right conditions fall into place with ease, but work still needs to happen. You still need to get up and purchase those tickets. You still need to get the right accommodations. You still need to do the work. But what happens when you use the law of attraction is magic. Magic happens where every action you take becomes an action which leads you closer to the vision and brings you to it a lot faster. Recently, I received an email from a woman who said that she had traveled to a foreign country and she was living in a town where she didn't know anybody. And all she really wanted to do was to attract one friend that she could relate to and share the experience with. However, no matter what she did, she said that she had put the practice into effect. She had done the work, but nothing was happening. So I said to her, well, what do you feel like doing today? Do you have a hunch to do anything today with your time? What feeling do you have inside of you that makes you feel absolutely wonderful with yourself at the moment? And she said, well, I woke up today with this feeling to go to this cafe down the road because it's just a nagging feeling that keeps coming over me that I should go down to this cafe. She says, but I don't want to go to the cafe because I don't want to go by myself. That is exactly the problem. I want to find that friend that is going to go with me to that cafe, and I don't want to go to the cafe and sit at that cafe all by myself. So I said, but you've got the hunch to go, and going might make you feel really wonderful, and you get that good feeling when you think about going. So why don't you get up and go to the cafe? And why don't you, at the end of the day, write to me and tell me how your day was when you went to this cafe by yourself? Get out, go. Well, she wrote me back a lot later and she said, you're not going to believe this, but I had the time of my life. And she said, when I entered this place, I met a woman. And can you imagine, this woman came from the same state as me. And she's married to a man in this country. And she herself has been saying that she's looking for someone who she can relate to. And we had so much in common. And I couldn't believe that I actually attracted the friend that I had been asking for over 6 months. And there she was. And you know what else? She had been visiting the cafe at least once a week, hoping that she would find someone that she could relate to. And here I was having this feeling of going to this cafe for so long, but I wouldn't go because I was thinking that I didn't want to go alone. And I wanted to go with this new friend that I wanted to meet. So here we go again with the application of the law of attraction, and that is the action. It's not enough to simply set out with an intention in the mind. You've got to take the action that is in accordance with the perfect condition. And in doing so, in following through with this hunch, she was able to finally attract what she had been wishing and praying for over 6 months. So you see, action needs to happen. But what kind of action? And that action also needs to be in alignment. How do you know what sort of action to follow through with? And again, as you do the work with the law of attraction, you will get those little movements, those little hunches, those little nudges that say, go here, go there, do this, do that. And the goal then should be to follow through. Follow through on what your spirit is guiding you to. As you immerse yourself in the practice of the law of attraction, you will begin to hear more clearly those inner urges and those inner hunches that lead you and guide you into the right steps, the right conditions. And when you follow through with those hunches, you will find yourself literally being swept into the conditions that you have been wishing and hoping and praying for. If you find this tip helpful, please like, share, and subscribe for more of these tips. And please click the link in this video where you will receive several ebooks and audio files which will help to increase your ability to manifest the things that you want with greater ease.